na mesumi to nyamre ni mo bedi nkomo enemre mu no so yetu akoko no so nti obehu me wo Alistair Nelson TV TikTok or Alistair Nelson TV YouTube and Alistair Nelson TV or Facebook anapay ensem no tiawa ne Ghana akoko akuafo anapay me bu nkotodwe sremo san pamocho majuma. Your enterprise is that which causes the farming backbone of the economy. Say mukoko kuya na moyen. Ene ye nchi siba enwa Ghana kuya yomu. Ene Ghana economy ni boaye besi pempenso we. Enti yen this phone yeti koko kuya yona se. Ejiremu pintin yen ba mu da mbese koko kuya fo adwuma. Ocho ya bakwasema ya ba power maybe even under military government, former President J.J. Rawlings, normal economic recovery and structural adjustment in the 80s. Ejashishe by 1983, 1984, reviving cocoa farming in Ghana across board. The man Bebunoni Ade, Echo Mutu, the Ministry of Mobilization and Social Welfare Ade, a man him from Mars, I said, the man Bebunoni Ade, the year cocoa farming. You could see, say, yeah, NDC for no. We know the value of a small stake or smallholder cocoa farmer. Inti yenye bibi ni mfanse cocoa ekwayo. Yen any edi cocoa syndicated loan the buy the former President Rawlings in 1991 no a soldier buy. I did not the buy. Na kwa faso ayeto e cocoa no na enye irregular na payment system no enye regular. Internet encourage smuggling to Abidjan where there was cash, but we were using the chip system. Over time, in 1991, we brought up the syndicated loan system. Etu yechi ansa na afini beso akoko beba no enim koko dodo through the producer price review committee forecast ebeye ai koko ebenya. Sa forecast no ye ya eno na mbehwe ho no mama esika na etumi dia to koko crop na ebeba during the season. So syndicated loan, the boy pa nyoma bebre gave a guaranteed price, minimum price throughout the season. Just say, and no, a bind to bono or two bono dimpe or publica, and no, sabo near the bay juma throughout the season. Until my fiafona one thing a showman crime. It is had any year juma for 32 years, and son MPP for a neck, amunam impressing crassi, can send be a moonim echeremono. In 32 years, and no moon, no more ben, no more forecast 800,000 tons of cocoa. To me and meet even 400,000. And then this is how we buy. Let us say now my peggy price needed that because forward sales. In the kind of difference now in cocoa beans, you see it following year, subsequent years, see a spread in the year. Time and price in the cost not yen. Yes, because of debt of cocoa beans, we had to pay. So the farmers couldn't take advantage of the prices. But I buy any family there. Now, more good syndicated loan. So that time, one friend Ghana, cocoa for man from farming meetings. Joseph by Nedu, ne, Fifi Boafu, or one call round that one who's watching my unfrail be a more MPC and not don't pray. Now more him. Oh, Sako Joe Ponkume. Free Fantilai, also MP achievement. Now what? Maybe so. Where were you in that 8 years that you were destroying the syndicated loan? 8 years, where were you? Time anamutia cocoa 25% of the producer price. Emma cocoa farmers. Sasikano. Anamutia 75%. What did you do with the money? What did you do with the money at the time? Cocoa farmers at the time, did you go and meet them when the prices was 12,000 on the international market, and then you were just paying them 22% of it? Did you go and explain to them, okay, baby, wrong? Where is the hypocrisy? Time and age, cocoa farmers under former President Rawlings, 2016, in cash and kind, their mom fertilizer, mom spraying machines, insecticide, mobile, mujai, saati any yeno. Mu osinkomia any cocoa for. Musinkomia na. Mufre cocoa ni bi ekira mo de ntia na spraying machines no ma tumu ana mu ye bibi sa. So where is the hypocrisy coming from? Mumre so send a cocoa price cost ro ni ade nyina no mu ka bibi mu ye bibi kire obi nti den na aba a ne se producer price cost ro wa dwama so a mu nye di na mo ntrase na de mo ntumi anya 8 years no mo ntrase ne enkyere mo and this buy no omo dey just 1 year a little over 1 year wo cocoa board ho in the reset agenda na hwe amuna amutu see ho in the past 8 years hwe amuna amutu see ho na mo aba in just 1 year no you are going round lying through your teeth things that you couldn't do when you were there. You are asking of others to do. Say yenko bobisia. Niemfan so cocoa. Sikano sinemfa makuafo. Where is the thinking coming from? Where is that warped thinking coming from? If you say you create stabilization fund at all under John Dramani Mahama. Do you know the essence of the stabilization fund? It was in times like this a price no be basa basa. Ain't stable no. Science can idea to achieve stabilization fund. The back of fat near their back in order to maintain the prices where they are or to keep them from falling further. When you came to power as MPP in 8 years, you destroyed the syndicated, you destroyed stabilization fund. No, muka pay no. What you got G-loan na mudis kanu omanum. There was nothing to show in the cocoa sector. What did you do for them? All the 74 cocoa stations, no more need car transport to even go around and do their business. Or the 10 cocoa regions suffered under you, under Joseph Wainedu. Who could see in Konya? Any cocoa you are for? Who could be some more how? Once Galamsey, na diase atese na so masase, na etwa cocoa gu, na eji o masase de ye nyoma bone no. Did you go and help them in the 8 years? So what has changed? You are not being truthful, but me, I don't blame you. You are grandchildren of cocoa politicians. Most are tradition way. 1954, yet to cocoa move international market. So now Kwame Nkrumah party CPP in our power. Now and also what kind CS and Ross report, CS and Ross report, reported a Gold Coast cocoa and inflation in rural countryside. Into Kratom which on say cocoa if you are for no sick and banning to scan more direct sana. It causes rural inflation because some of this kind of pricing price here. The almost person so it causes rural inflation. Until they had to find a way to manage it. So we decided to pay in cash and in kind, providing what the farmers need in kind in order to make their farms the best farms and keep them well for the other season, for the coming season. Now, Papa. So if you look at us, it was a good thing. But what did these people do? The MPP, what did they do? They destroyed the cocoa sector. Find out how they lived under even managing the resources of the cocoa sector. What they did, they dipped their hand into that stabilization fund. And I said they wasted it. Look at what they did with cocoa scholarships. Who are the beneficiaries? It's so painful. Sometimes when I sit down, even the buyer system that they introduced to buy the cocoa, look at how haphazard it was. Look at how it was so laissez-faire. There was no sense behind it. You understand? So if you look at some of the things, you wonder that, who are these people who are talking? They have destroyed the cocoa stabilization fund. They have destroyed the syndicated loan. They have refused to give fertilizer and other insecticide to cocoa farmers during their time. They refuse to make farmers take advantage of high prices on the international market when they were in power. Today, they have run to the farmer because there has been a fall in the international prices, and John Dramani Mahama is paying 90% of the price to the farmers. Yet they have gone to the farmers to go and lie. Our next door neighbor, which they keep referring to, in fact, they have stopped. The same 64 kilos of cocoa is selling for 1,220 Ghana cedis, whilst we are selling ours for 2,587. Look at the difference. That is why they have sent their government delegation all the way left by their chief of staff to come in here. No mumrambe pa echonienti e cocoa price no so. But to John Dramani Mahama said there be own to me under this current inflation 3.8. Our currency is doing well. No, we don't need to do anything untoward towards a cocoa farmer. A drama price now at Tisono and into the ma buying at the Tisono. Now buying wins for the cocoa stabilization fund to work. Now in times like this, now be quite far. And him we also be Bobisian. But MPP for no say no. And the cocoa is for you. May catch them when MPP for no bamusi or who. Omunya mfie wo twe. Omu say no. Omo to be anya hwe amamo. Then you know why you do it destroyed the cocoa sector. What did they do for you? Nothing. Into one who say nyoma boni omuja wo cocoa board no ya ti omo nyoma omo ye first some attack CEO Randiabe. They say he's not qualified. They saw your training and do the material mu bebre say the tech machine e di cocoa buy or your training ofrosu ni labadi. And can for bebre so do cocoa across all the country in all the 74 cocoa districts and all the 10 cocoa growing regions. Internu is established. Randiabe has the capacity and the capabilities and competencies to be cocoa board chief executive. He holds an MBA in finance and he's a doctor. He holds a PhD. He understands the terrain. He has been on TV for 23 years. Until he qualifies to be cocoa board chief executive for Tone. Then his position on the Black Stars Management Committee as chairperson too. I told you, he has a team. Mando House of Lions. Yes, and he's on executive committee of the FA. And it's because we failed to qualify in November 2024 for the African Cup of Nations that the FA invited him to come and head the Black Stars Management Committee. And we have seen the success. We are going to the World Cup under Randiabe. And there is cocoa sector reforms under Randiabe. So they are worried. After Randiabe lying about Randiabe and it didn't work, now they have moved to the FNA, Mr. Atubuatin. Now they want to blame Mr. Atubuatin for everything that is happening, which is right at Cocoa Board. And for them, they are vampires. Either they come as suppliers, either they come as people who want to do business, cocoa beans with Cocoa Board. And when cocoa beans are supplied to them, they fail to pay. Or those who give it out, which is a CMC, fail to go and do the collections. And it goes against the Cocoa Board. So today, you hear Atubuatin's name. They are blaming him. Atubuatin. Look, let me tell you who that gentleman is. I've told somebody elsewhere that the gentleman has an ambition one day to be group executive chairman for Standard Chartered Bank. Can you imagine such an ambition? So it is not at this time that he will bend the rules to destroy Cocoa Board further, which is on his belly financially. It's being dragged on his belly. Cocoa Board is down because of foreign interests who have an interest in our cocoa to benefit from it. And those are exogenous factors. And because of internal persons who also have connived with those exogenous factors to milk Cocoa Board until it goes dry. But here is Atubuatin, a Harvard-trained chartered financial analyst who has had the opportunity to work with PricewaterhouseCoopers as an auditor and work with International Finance Corporation as a large projects manager and formed this company, Atlas Commodities, to deal in cocoa purchases from 2018. He was a founding director with his shares in it. So he has an experience where he is today, and it pains them because of the things that he has come to right, the wrongs that he has come to right in the financial sector in Cocoa Board, which has brought Cocoa Board on his belly, now being dragged on his belly. First, fictitious payments. Recently, because of his financially trained eyes, he was able to block a payment that was going to pass through for 120 million for a certain company. He stopped them. Upon further investigations, the money was only 30 million. He saved Cocoa Board 90 million. So he has become the target of the people. Some people want free cocoa beans. They say Cocoa Board owes them. They want free cocoa beans. When they get the cocoa beans, they don't want to pay. When they get it from CMC, they don't want to pay. And when the CEO has given directives that nobody should give cocoa beans and Atubuatin goes to enforce it, then it is Atubuatin's name who goes out to those companies and other things that Atubuatin is not allowing us to flourish, to be able to corrupt Cocoa Board and steal it further and collapse it and kill it on his belly. So Atubuatin has become a stumbling block in their corruption agenda. The suppliers who used to supply at exorbitant prices, he has gone to the market and they have set their prices for all their chemicals and everything in order to cut down costs at this distressed time. And at this time, when Cocoa Board is distressed, cash is king. So you not expect a Harvard-trained chartered financial analyst to head Cocoa Board and be dissipating funds which are almost unavailable. It's only possible through post-dated checks. Can you imagine how Cocoa Board is down? So this Atubuatin has become their target. And look at what they have done. First, the PBC manager came screaming that Atubuatin does not want to give him money to buy cocoa. This is Seidu. This is Seidu. You people listen to this thing well. Then this same PBC Seidu comes to say that Ato Boaten's company, Atlas Commodities, listen here, is also using their warehouse free. This same Seidu comes to the public to say these things. Then following Seidu's comments, you will hear Asufwa, old Tafo MP, this young man, will come out and say conflict of interest. Ato Boaten owns Atlas Commodities and is still founding director. He has not given out his shares. Look, let me correct that erroneous impression. Ato Boaten founded Atlas Commodities as founding director in 2018 and owned shares in it. In January 2025, he gave up his directorship and created a blind trust for Mr. Yao Kofi to manage his shares in Atlas Commodities. So he has nothing to do with Atlas Commodities as we sit here. And Ato Boaten is FNA. The FNA does not control the license buying companies. It is the deputy CEO in charge of operations that manages the fortunes of the license buying companies. So Ato has no hand in the decisions that come with the LBCs. So don't soil Ato's name, because like I told you, he has given off his directorship, he has done the right thing, he has given off his shares, he has declared his assets and liabilities to the Attorney General before taking up the job. And all these allegations by Asifwa points to one thing. Seidu, who is PBC boss now, worked as cashews manager for a certain company. That company today is allegedly being accused of bribing Asifwa to come and lie and write to the OSP and charge that they should investigate the conflict of interest of Ato Boaten. Like I told you, Ato Boaten has cleared his name, he has declared his assets. Ato Boaten has given off his directorship, I'll repeat again, and given off his shares in the blind trust to Yao Kofi to manage those interests. So he has no influence over Atlas Commodities and he's doing his work. And Atlas Commodities too has an arrangement, a 3-year agreement to use PBC facilities in the Volta and Oti region. The documents are there for public consumption. So why is Seidu lying? Why is Seidu also saying that he's not giving him money to go and buy cocoa? Like I told you, he does not control those things. It's under operations. So there's a link between what Asifwa is saying and what Seidu is saying, because Seidu worked as cashews manager for the same company that is being accused allegedly for bribing Asifwa to come out to say these things and ask the board not to confirm Ato Boaten and to let him step aside. Ghana 4, NDC 4, this is the time for us to rally around JM's appointees. They want to destroy them. Like I told you, they started with Rangabe. Now they have come to Ato Boaten. Look at what Asifwa is disgracing himself. A Harvard-trained chartered financial analyst who has worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers as an auditor and has worked as a large projects manager for the International Finance Corporation with a vision to become group chairman for Standard Chartered, will not stoop low to go and take bribe to give free cocoa beans on credit. He will not stoop low to allow payments which are fictitious and which are collapsing cocoa board, which is on the belly, to go through. He will be firm and will scrutinize every document. So it is incumbent upon us as Ghanaians who believe in the reset agenda to rally to the support of Ato Boaten as FNA and all the leadership there, to give them the sound mind in the media, to give them the sound mind in their workplace, to be able to go about their work to succeed in the reset agenda by John Dramani Mahama. Look at the reforms that John Mahama is bringing. Solid reforms based on research and is forward-looking. And this is what they are coming to implement. These men, Randy Abe, Ato Boaten, and the others, they need the protection of the party folks, the grassroots, serial callers, party communicators, all of us, to protect their interests and to debunk lies that are spewed about them. Because look, JM will not appoint somebody who is not qualified. He will not appoint somebody who has scars on him. And JM is ready, like I told you in the second coming, to see that the cocoa board stands on its feet forever, that we pry off those foreign interests who want to take advantage of our cocoa sector and make it crawl on its belly, and those internal apparatchiks who have come together to work in their interests, take bribe and destroy others. We have come to the tail end of it. We have found it. I have documents to show that Seidu, come and clear your name. We are accusing you that you, Seidu, you are in league with the same organization that asked Asifwa to come and destroy Atubuatim. We have seen it. Atubuatim will cooperate with the OSP in charge and will cooperate with his board. He will continue to do his work. He will be focused. He will be firm. He will be committed to the reset agenda at Cocoa Board to bring his finance back from his belly onto his feet, to make it a good partner for international finance organizations so that we will get good finance partners going forward to help our cocoa industry to stand on its feet. And today, Ghana for in futuro now mutu gumu ni cocoa equia for me sremo mukwe fo mo bre nyoma bebre wo ho ayenye mamu amfie wocho mu nya chance na nkese omo ya omo anye omo nsida mamu the cocoa housing project omo anye cocoa rose. Look at how they misused it. Omo ye ni basa the mom girlfriends ne ade say no. Look at how Joseph Boinedu managed Cocoa Board. Abinchi sika no collect allegedly. One first sika na nyehwe. Or say sika no Cocoa scholarship under him. It went down. Bibia I couldn't take advantage of the international price I call through under him. This same MPP people. It is a nese who omo. E won crossing this is your who. So what is obi say ora radi abedi. Obi say ora atubwati dia. Sini who. Because these are men who are working together. They are committed. They are gelling. There's understanding for what they do there. And they are committed to, for once and for all, revive Cocoa Board and put it in such a cornerstone of the state through the Cocoa Bill that no party, no individual will come there again and come and destroy it like the NPP did, destroying PBC, the nation's interest in cocoa purchases, and further leading to destruction of the Cocoa Board through leakages, through supplies from contractors, through bad contracts, going for bills of sacks they didn't need, through bad decisions, promoting people 24th December when the party had lost power and they're almost leaving, taking cars that belonged to the organization, you understand, home, without proper and due process. All these things. When they fail to provide fertilizer for the cocoa farmer, they have forgotten about it. Today, look at them. They have set spies within the Cocoa Board to do what? To lie about others. But me can't be brave. A cocoa series na me and me jaida until we get to the end of the story. Ashanti region now more MPP4 led by another plan. More can say beat mu data. 2024 elections. The movement to me shake grounds now. Ya Juma. Ashanti region no me catch them right former President Rawlings or Warre Ashanti region me mami and sending mo ya Ashanti for mu fi akoma dan ti mu ko na mu ye cocoa politics na make am mo mre twam because National Liberation Movement mu page mu 1954 because near to cocoa price no mu world market Kwame Nkrumah eg 71% dey too ho so or the cocoa amendments bill or dey too ho dey build the Ghana no mo kasa ho na mo tea party na mo buy elections ye BT mo. It is on this same grounds that I'm telling you that no amount of propaganda that you go around and tell the farmers about this reduction in the price, which is not caused by government, which is not caused by the NDC, but is caused by the international fall of the FOB price, which is making government to pay 90% to the farmer. No? And no, na Ghana for Beshasu, no more who reforms Papa, your advantage ahead of us will take advantage to reform the cocoa sector better than we met it, and firm it, ground it, cut down staff, put the right people there, resource the districts to be able to work and meet the farmers halfway, prevent galamsey, and pay the cocoa farmers better, and get many more young people into cocoa farming to make the cocoa industry a better one than we met it. And together for Medamasi, Michelle Bia, party for Makachremu, rally, let's get our alliance to protect James appointees at all times. They have a scheme to destroy our appointees. They have a scheme to destroy the Cocoa Board. They want to take advantage of the cocoa sector price falls to say things, malign people, and bring people down. And I know that it will not wash at all. We are ready at all times to bring out the truth and share these good truths about these officers who have been appointed by John Dramani Mahama to lead the process of reform at the Ghana Cocoa Board. Even look at the board chairman. Ora chairman of Oswampo for doctor. What? Look at his credentials. He has followed the party way back when we were a revolution before we metamorphosed into a political party. He comes from a cocoa growing area. He himself has cocoa farms. He has been involved with cocoa farming and the cocoa issues since time immemorial when he joined politics. This is one of our resource persons who goes round to talk to our farmers. You can imagine the kinds of experiences he shares with them and the hope he gives to them. Ghana cocoa equiafo. Yanemo. Na eko. Emma mo share MP before no. Omo ye ko na for. Omo wo power then omo ye mamo. Me see omo ba. Mo see omo wu. But that must akwenya mo dia mame. Bye bye.